Hello and welcome back to another episode of Uncut Xcom 2 War of the Chosen. Today we're going to get introduced to a new soldier that was provided by Deadshot Headshot. Samuel Aziri grew up in a small village and lived a very disciplined life. Taught to never speak out of turn, to respect his elders, and to always get along with his sister, he was destined to live a normal life, but the aliens had other plans. The invasion brought about the destruction of major cities around the world and eventually spread to smaller towns and villages, including Samuel's. When his home was attacked, several people, including his parents, sacrificed themselves so others could escape. His uncle guided Samuel and his sister to safety. In the time since he lost most of his family, his emotional wounds have festered, but he's finally been given a chance to heal. Samuel recently discovered Xcom and is looking to join in the fight for humanity so he can avenge the death of his family and the destruction of his home.
It would be so easy. Good to see you, sister.
Miscreants, restrain yourselves, lest you be restrained.
No, the three of us, called upon together. Something has changed.
On that, we are agreed. The battlefield has shifted. Our masters have need of us once more.
Sounds to me like they're afraid.
You dare defile this place with your wretched tongue?
Oh, I dare. Our children. Each of you possess our strength. Each of you possess our wisdom. Of all our creations, you are truly blessed. Your charge was a simple one. The subjugation of those who would see our grand design falter. We have been pleased. Until now. Our greatest asset has been lost, stolen from us, while our strongest did nothing. We are disappointed.
Thought you were the strongest.
Arrogance, defiance. You have walked among the humans for too long. You have been corrupted. You can be reclaimed. Yet perhaps you may also be redeemed. Perhaps you all may be redeemed. A greater battle lies ahead. Our time on this world draws to a close. Yet we need not abandon it completely at our departure. For one among you is surely ready to claim this world as their own. One among you is worthy. Return what was lost to us. Cry all when it goes our will. To the one that exceeds our everlasting favor. To the others. You are the chosen. Do not fail us. Now go.
Commander, we've just made contact with a new faction of the Resistance known as the Reapers. They're an elusive bunch, but this is their headquarters. We can scan at this location now to start benefiting from our newfound cooperation.
So this is the commander. Dragonova spoke highly of you and the rest of your team. Trust me, that does not happen often. You are all welcome here. I will admit I had some concerns with this alliance of yours, but from what I hear, this skirmisher, Mox, was captured protecting one of my own. Reapers have long memories, Commander. We will honor our end of the deal. Volk, out.
Alright, we are slowly but surely unlocking all of the different features that come with War of the Chosen, and the most important one is obviously the Chosen. We now know about the Assassin, the Void Queen. I'm not even going to bother with pronouncing her actual name because it's science fiction gibberish, and I don't got time for that. But we do have time to look at this beautiful interface that tells us all of her current abilities and her weaknesses, so that's pretty cool. Next up, we finished researching improved cannons, so all of our grenadiers should deal an additional point of damage with their primary weapons, so thumbs up for that. But after I finished the research, something interesting happened. The scientists that were helping Dr. Tygan were eager to start researching alien biotech, so we now receive a bonus for actually going through with that research. But the bonus is temporary, so we're gonna start researching alien biotech right away so we can capitalize on the bonuses.
Our next operation will put us right in the middle of Chosen territory, Commander. There's a good chance they'll show up to interfere, so we should plan accordingly.
Alright folks, it looks like we've got a retaliation mission to do. Advent is running amok with the civilians and we've got to protect them. The objective is a Haven assault, and I'm not sure if this is something different from the typical retaliation mission, but when we get there, we will certainly find out. First up, we have a sharpshooter, and he's coming in with a flashbang. Next up, our Reaper Dragonova. She is back, and she has a vector rifle and a claymore as her secondary weapon, but she does not have any utility slots. After that, we have a ranger. His name is Lucifer. So Mr. Turd Nuggets, your boy, is about to get in on the action. He has a shotgun, a sword, and a frag grenade. And finally, I cheated a little bit. I spawned in a skirmisher. Her name is Yyyy, and she has the bullpup rifle, the ripjack secondary weapon, and a frag grenade. So let's get excited. Let's save some civilians.
One of those Chosen is leading an assault on the Resistance encampment in this area. Our people are doing what they can to fight back, but we need to help protect the civilians trapped nearby. There's a group of Resistance soldiers hunkered down not far from your position. Move in and help fend off the attacking alien forces.
Alright, from the sounds of it, this mission is a little bit different from the typical Resistance defense mission where we've got a group of civilians here that appear to have guns, and if they've got guns, I can only assume that they're going to use them against the aliens. So this is going to be interesting to watch and see how it plays out. Now, we'll start off by moving Dragonova up. Because she has access to her shadow concealment, we can move relatively safely and confidently to get a better look of the battlefield before we start advancing our soldiers that do not have concealment. But we're not going to get eyes on anything by moving to that position, so we'll just move the rest of our guys around on top of this building. And Yyyy over here, our skirmisher, don't feel like I'm cheating too heavily. The skirmisher, at the end of the day, is just a standard soldier with different abilities. They're not like some god mode button that I've spawned into the game. Keep your pants on, keep your head on straight, relax. I haven't broken the game by creating a skirmisher. So, with that said, we're going to move our sharpshooter into position, full cover on this roof, and just pistol overwatch. And you know what? We're gonna bring DeWolf down a little bit, just because he's got a shotgun. So I want him to be a little bit closer to the action. And there we go.
Their clumsy patrol is moving.
So while the pods are activating, the topic for today is supposed to be humor and the differences between British and American humor and the different types of humor in general. And I can only assume this topic was brought up because I was talking about feeling unfunny a few days ago. And the reason for that, it has a lot to do with how I grew up and the different things that I consider funny, right? So I grew up, I'm black, African American, whatever you want to call it. And I grew up watching a lot of black stand-up comedians, like Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, stuff like that, and black stand-up comedy. And when I say black stand-up comedy, I don't mean gallows humor. I mean black guys doing comedy. In most of the time, black stand-up comedy is about being boisterous and having, I guess we'll call it ultimate confidence, right? It's about being the most in control person in the room and being very vigorous and alive. And to a certain degree, there's a little bit of shucking and jiving going on, but I've never been the shucking and jiving kind of guy. Now, before we continue with that, I got to think about the strategy that we're going to employ for the moment. We got some nice damage on this sectoid, and there is one more. Was there another Advent Trooper? I thought I saw another one. I don't know where he is, though. This is a little tricky. All the enemies are pretty well covered, so there's not too much that I can do to stop them. But I can attempt to... Nope, the Claymore is not even going to reach. This is actually a slightly difficult situation to deal with. I think the situation just got a little bit more tolerable. The skirmisher has this cool ability called Justice that pulls a target to you, and then you slash them in the face. So I'm going to do it, and the animation's totally not going to play, but there it is. There we go, slashed him in the face. So that's pretty awesome. So most likely because this is not a true skirmisher, the animation acted a little bit weird, but that was a very powerful move. 4 damage with an 81% chance to hit on a target in half cover. That's pretty damn awesome. Now, to finish things off, though, the problem that we're running into is that I'm most likely not going to be able to kill both of the sectoids in a single turn, but I can possibly kill one of them. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the first shot at the one that has a little bit of damage on him, see if it connects. If it does, it's going to leave him at 1 health. So we're not going to get a kill on both of these sectoids, but we can finish off one of them with a pretty high probability of doing so. Right, so yeah, I grew up black humor, black high school. The funniest guys in the room are always the most confident. They're always the most boisterous, etc. And me being a more reserved, more kind of, I guess we can call it intellectual humor kind of guy if you want to, but I'm not the kind of, damn, this motherfucker shooting the civilians in the face. I get like that sometimes, but that's not my general personality. I'm usually a bit more toned down. So because I have that more toned down personality, while simultaneously gravitating towards more extravagance, I feel like I'm unfunny from time to time because I am not able to channel the high energy all the time. So I'm always living in this world of duality and dichotomy. There's so many contradictions in my life. But the one thing that I do know is we about to chop this motherfucker in the face. So there we go. But so yeah. At the end of the day, though, I do know that I am somewhat funny from time to time. I'm just not I'm not funny for everybody. I know that for a fact, but it's impossible to be funny for everybody. So
The resistance team is in the clear. They're moving to help the other survivors. There's a large group of civilians pinned down within range of your position. Sensors indicate hostile forces are closing in fast. We need to get in there before the aliens slaughter those people.
Sometimes I do wish that I had a more basic sense of humor, because I think the way that I have discussions and the way that I tell stories and whatnot, it's a certain type of thing that you really got to be into that to enjoy it. Whereas if I was just the generic funny guy, then I would most certainly be more successful than I am. But at this point, I've already branded myself as what I am, so I'm not going to worry about changing it. I'm happy with myself. I'm feeling confident. Let's just kill some aliens. Enough is enough. Now, we are back in shadow concealment, so we can scout around a bit more freely and see what the lay of the land is. I'm going to use our Reaper to go onto this height advantage. From here, she should be able to do some very, very big plays. Unfortunately, we didn't get eyes on it. Oh, no, we did. We do have eyes on this big area, so it should be safe. So what I'm going to do is start moving some of our guys over here just to see if there are any advent in this vicinity. Nothing. All right. And our sniper at this point might be a little bit too far back to be effective, so I should start moving him forward.
Good to go.
Oh, we got a stun lancer over there and an advent trooper. Advent trooper has been damaged though by some of the resistance personnel, so that's a nice little present for us. And by the way, for anybody that I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but the green bar underneath your soldier's HP is their will and their tiredness, and when that bar hits 0, they start to panic, I believe is how it works. Civilian get a nice critical hit for 3 damage. That's pretty awesome. These civilians are overpowered, man. It's crazy. But I wonder sometimes, though, if I will ever become, like, if I will ever go full shucking and jiving, and I've revealed another pod. Shit! This is not good. Damn it. This is not good at all. Shit. Shit. Oh, man, I may have just gotten Roland DeWolf kill. Oh, my God, this is terrible. This is terrible. Okay, I've made a huge mistake by sprinting him into no cover. Well, he's in full cover, but he's next to a stun lancer, and both of those troops can easily flank him. This is a problem. This is a huge problem. Crap. So funny mode is off. We got to get serious right now, or else Lucifer's going to die. And again, I do apologize if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, because his name is Dutch, and I believe it's pronounced Roland de Wolf is the way to say it. As a Dutch person, at least that's what Google Translator tells me. But either way, this is a very, very terrifying situation to be in. We can blow up the stun lancer's cover, but we're not close enough to get the grenade actually on him, and we only have a 46% chance to hit, and our Reaper is 61. And our Claymore cannot reach either. We have the remote start ability, but I already checked. There's nothing within the area that I can blow up. So the remote start ability, we'll talk about it later. At this point, we just gotta... hold on, I gotta do some math. The only way Lucifer's gonna survive is if we kill the stun lancer. So if this first shot misses, it's game over. Game over. Oh, it was not supposed to happen like this. Crap. Well, shit. All right, well. Shit, man. Oh, man. Oh, God. Look at this. No. That wasn't real. That didn't actually just happen. That was no. This is a dream. This is a dream. This is absolutely not real. Fuck this game. Holy crap. I can't believe it. He survived. All right, let me tell you something right now. Never in my life have I been more proud of the randomness in XCOM. Never have I felt. I don't know what to say. First and foremost, I want to thank Jake Solomon for, I don't know where I'm going with this, but we killed the stun lancer. Thank goodness. That was the most potentially horrible thing that could have happened. I hate losing soldiers early on in the game, but even worse than that is losing a soldier that we just got introduced to in a previous episode. It's a nightmare. So Thank goodness for that. But this Stun Lancer is execution style killing these civilians over here. So we're going to have to deal with that as soon as possible. Just because we don't like watching the civilians die. It's actually pretty brutal what's going on right now. But from the looks of this, from the looks of it, they might not even need our help. They're doing a pretty great job of dealing with it on their own. Oh boy, the first faceless of the campaign has appeared. This is a very powerful early game enemy that slowly loses its intimidation factor as you get more powerful weapons. And the Stun Lancer has activated, and I believe he has a flank on somebody, so we're going to have to be very careful about where we move. This other Stun Lancer is continuing to execute our civilians, so we've got to seriously deal with it. Alright, to finish this off, though, we're going to go full strategy mode. We're going to use the grappling hook again from our skirmisher to get back onto the roof. The mobility of the skirmisher is absolutely insane. Unfortunately, we can't get a shot on any of the targets from anywhere on the roof, so we have to come back down, but we do have access to full cover over here, so it's no big deal. And that will put us in a great position to start mowing down the different soldiers, the different targets, rather. We're going to start off, we're going to get a nice wombo combo going. We're going to slash the Stun Lancer in the face. 100% chance to hit because I'm a dirty, dirty cheater, and I hate playing this game with swords that have a chance to miss. So that's going to clear out that, and going to bring Mr. Lucifer to a safe position, relatively anyway. And now we can use our remaining actions to start gunning down the faceless. We should be able to take it out in this turn, so we don't have to worry about it swiping anyone. Swipe left if you want to get rid of the faceless. Boom. Right in the chest. Eliminated it. The sharpshooter, very powerful indeed. And our final unit is our Reaper, but we can't move into any position where we have vision on that Stun Lancer that's executing civilians. So I'm just going to stay here and go on Overwatch for now. Smart move. Missed. Oh, man. Well, it's okay. It's okay. He's the only one left. He's moving into the tour bus. But I don't even think we're going to get a chance to shoot at him because these civilians have been training a lot. We got a flawless victory on a Haven assault. We took 8 turns. We killed 12 enemies. Nobody was wounded. Nobody was killed. So obviously we've got to go take a mission photo. And this is already a cool layout already. I'm going to play around with this for a minute just to see what else we can, what kind of cool stuff we can do. Whatever. I could fuck with this all day. But here we go. We got a poster for today's mission. Boom, we took the photo. Remember who saved you. I'm calling this squad the cheat squad because there's no reason we should have won and joined the fight. So we're going to post this up all over the resistance camp. Let's go ahead and continue. And there's something that I've actually been neglecting. After you finish a mission, you get to listen to a little bit of radio chatter. So we're going to listen to that now.
The speaker commended loyal citizens today for standing up to those who would abandon our values for those of the old world. The remarks followed a moment of silence for peacekeepers slain by Xcom dissidents.
Shit, we was whooping that ass. That's what they didn't tell you on the news. They didn't tell you we spanked the fuck out. Sorry, I'm done. All right, so I don't think, did we get a promotion? Yeah, we got some promotions, so we're going to give those out. But before we do that, we're going to head back to the blah, 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 skip. We got some stuff. Let's go look at the Reaper. Now, there was an ability that we had in there that we didn't make use of called Remote Start. So this allows you to detonate an environmental explosive, causing it to deal double damage within twice of its normal radius. That is an extremely powerful ability, but there were no explosives available in the area that I needed it at the time. So that was very unfortunate, but I'm looking forward to manipulating this ability in future mission. Cars are going to become extremely powerful. Now, we did get a promotion for Mr. Lucifer, and I'm going to give him... It's always a tough choice, man, between Phantom and Blade Master, because Phantom is absolutely amazing. Phantom allows soldiers to stay concealed when the rest of the squad gets revealed, but I want to make him a sword-focused soldier, because the sword is a nice bit of guaranteed damage because I'm a dirty cheater. But also, I'm going to change up his sword to an axe. This is a cosmetic mod that I have installed, and I think the axe is a little bit more fitting for a man named Lucifer. He looks like he'd be a bit more brutal and a bit more violent with the aliens. So we're going to hack some people up in our next mission. And we have a couple of other promotions. Our sharpshooter did a great job, so he is going to take the long watch ability. I have another sharpshooter that is going down the gunslinger tree, so this guy will be our pure sniper, so he will be a very ridiculously powerful soldier if he gets to the colonel rank. And we have some other promotions. I have a mod installed for all soldiers gaining experience, because I'm a dirty cheater, so I'm going to give her the Phantom ability. Phantom, the scout tree, in some ways is stronger than the assault tree, but we'll talk more about that as we continue to advance and flesh out our characters. But with all of that, I think we're just about done. So we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to head to the geoscape and start shooting more aliens in the face. So now it is time for us to do the advertising. If you are looking for some amazing deals on video games, head to the description and you will find a link for Kinguin.net. They are a CD key distributor similar to G2A, and they have some amazing deals on a bunch of different video games, including XCOM 2. So if you're gaming on a budget, this is a great site for you to check out. With all of that said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you'd like to submit a soldier. There's information on how you can do that in the description as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.